Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my practicum presentation. My name is Arlesha Flowers, and today I'll be discussing how caseload demands, burnout, and supervisor support influence employee retention and case management. As someone who has worked in this field, I experienced both the rewards and challenges of supporting the individuals with complex needs. Those experiences inspired me to explore how organizations can better support their employees through evidence based practices grounded in industrial and organizational psychology. Before discussing the research, I like to share what inspired this project. Working in case management, I noticed a consistent pattern. Whenever someone left the organization, their responsibilities didn't disappear. They were redistributed among the remaining staff. As caseloads increased, so did stress, and over time, burnout became more noticeable. Those experiences made me realize that turnover isn't simply an individual decision. It's often influenced by organizational factors such as workload expectations and supervisor support. That realization became the foundation for this practicum. My original idea focused broadly on work life balance, job performance, and employee retention. However, after reviewing the literature, speaking with professionals, and receiving guidance from my mentor, my focus became more specific. The recurring themes of caseload demands, burnout, and supervisor support consistently emerge as factors organizations have the ability to influence. Narrowing my focus allowed me to develop a project that is more practical and more aligned with the goals of IO psychology. The purpose of this study is to examine how caseload demands, supervisor support, and burnout influence employee retention among case managers and other social service professionals. These factors were selected because they repeatedly appear throughout the research and professional interviews. Rather than simply identifying why employees leave, this project focuses on organizational strategies that can improve retention and create healthier work environments for both employees and the clients they serve. Although case managers are the primary focus of the study, I expanded the participant pool to include care coordinators, social workers, and supervisors. This broader perspective helps capture how retention is experienced across different roles in organizational settings. In addition to interviews, I will gather information such as organization type, caseload size, and supervisory practices. These details may help explain why employees' experiences differ from one workplace to another. Employee retention refers to an organization's ability to keep qualified employees, while turnover refers to employees leaving the organization. Caseload demand describe the amount and complexity of work employees manage. Supervisor support reflects the guidance and resources leaders provide, and burnout is the physical and emotional exhaustion that can result from prolonged workplace stress. Together, these concepts help explain why employees choose to stay with or leave an organization. To better understand these relationships, I selected two well-established theories. The job demands resources model explains how high job demands combined with limited resources increase the risk of burnout. Perceived organizational support theory suggests that employees who feel valued and supported by the organization are more likely to remain engaged and committed. Together, these theories provide the foundation for understanding how workload and organizational support influences employee retention. This project uses a qualitative case study design with semi-structured interviews. The approach allows participants to share their experiences in their own words while helping identify common themes related to workload, burnout, and supervisor support. Although qualitative methods provide rich insight, future research could expand these findings by incorporating employee surveys or other quantitative measures across larger populations. One of the most valuable parts of this practicum was working with my mentor, Melissa Dunnigan, an organizational development professional with experience helping organizations improve workplace effectiveness and lead organizational change. Melissa challenged me to think beyond individual experiences and consider the organizational system that influences employee retention. She encouraged me to broaden my participant pool, strengthen my research design, and focus on developing practical recommendations that leaders can actually implement. Her guidance helped transform this project from simply identifying a workplace problem into developing a solution organizations can use. The final deliverable is the milestone model, a retention support guide designed for case management leaders. Rather than focusing only on helping employees cope with burnout, the guide emphasizes organizational practices that can improve retention before burnout occurs. It includes supervisor recommendations, retention strategies, workload considerations, and practical tools that organizations can adapt to their own environments. This project is intended to benefit organizations, employees, and clients. Retention isn't just an employee well being issue, it's also a business issue. High turnover increases recruiting costs, onboarding expenses, and productivity losses, while placing additional strain on remaining staff. By investing in supervisor support and healthier workloads, organizations have the opportunity to improve employee well being, strengthen retention, and provide more consistent care for clients. This project represents the first phase of a larger research effort. Future research could include larger participant groups, employee surveys, and organizational turnover data to determine whether these findings are consistent across different case management settings and organizations. One, one of my biggest lessons from this practicum is that burnout is rarely caused by one individual. More often, it's influenced by organizational systems, leadership, and workplace resources. My IO, my IO psychology training helped me move beyond identifying a problem and instead focus on developing practical, evidence based solutions that support both employees and organizations. That perspective shaped every stage of this project. Now, I like to end where I began. This project was inspired by observing dedicated professionals working hard to support others while often managing increasing workloads and limited resources. Through this practicum, I explored how caseload demands, burnout, and supervisor support influence employee retention, and how industrial and organizational psychology can help organizations address these challenges. My hope is that the milestone model serves as a practical resource that helps leaders strengthen their workforce, improve retention, and ultimately provide better outcomes for communities they serve. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.